Hello, and welcome back to Building on a Budget Models. I'm Thomas, and today we're going to be unboxing this. It's the Ford GT40 1968 Le Mans. Now this was the winning car in 1968. You can see on the side here we've got that illustration. We've also got an image of the model. We've got some suggested colours from Mr. Hobby. This is Fujimi RS97. RS might stand for Racing Series, I'm not sure. 124th, more information on that side. We'll open it up. Now this is also the kit that's recently been reboxed by Revell. So we've got some pale blue sprues there, we've got some chrome parts, little things to do with wheels, we've got some kind of beigey parts, large clear sprue, more beige parts, got the front half of the bodywork, also in that pale blue, the engine cowling, tyres and polycaps, and also I think that there is an axle in there, instructions, the decal sheet.
After 1967, the FIA wanted to curb the speeds at Le Mans, so imposed engine limitations of 3 litres on the Group 6 prototypes and 5 litres on the Group 4 sports cars. This had the impact of banning Ferrari's 330 P4 and Ford's GT40 Mark IV. Enzo Ferrari cancelled Ferrari's prototype programme in response, but Ford recognised that their Mark I GT40, which had found success in 1966, still met the homologation rules to enter into the Group 4 sports cars. The cars entered by Ford into the 1968 race would also sport the blue and orange of Gulf Oil Company, as sponsorship liveries were now permitted in race car events. A very entertaining, if somewhat inaccurate, account of the development of the GT40 can be found in the film Ford vs Ferrari, or Le Mans 66.
You ready? I was born ready, Mr. Shelby. Hit it.
The Ford V8 was enlarged to 4.9 litre by John Wyer, who ran the British JW Automotive Engineering, which entered the GT40s in the 1968 Le Mans. The 40 in the name represented 40 inches, which was the height of the car measured at the windshield, which was the minimum allowed for sports cars. The number 10 and 11 cars both retired during the race, but car number 9, piloted by Mexican Pedro Rodriguez and Belgian Lucien Bianchi, completed 331 laps of the Circuit de la Sarthe, successfully beating Porsche prototypes into second and third place. Ford would return in 1969 to win the crown again, using exactly the same chassis.
We'll start with the instruction sheet here. You can see, as well as the safety instructions, we've also got the parts here. So the greyed out ones here are ones that we won't use. Fujimi also do versions of the 1966 and the 1969 car, so presumably some of these parts are for those. It starts with the decal instructions, number 9, 10 and 11 from the race, and they've got slightly different liveries as well as the different numbers. And when it goes through the instructions here, you've got the colour suggestions from Mr. Hobby. Decal call out here with that star symbol. This kit does have some engine detail. I don't think it's a complete engine, but it's at least something. Right, so let's open up the parts. Firstly, we've got this sprue here. So this one here, we've got the interior floor plan with some details there. Dashboard there with some nice raised detail to go around the dials and on some of the switches. I think that's the kind of firewall with the window that goes in there. That goes on the front, so I'm not sure what some of these are. These might go in the doors, not sure, but yeah, we've got a little bit of engine detail there. Anyway, yeah, all looks pretty good. No flash from what I can see. Then we've got the second beige sprue. You can see there we've got the undercarriage some raised screw head detail, that's quite nice. I think we've got some parts of the exhausts here, that's the rear view mirror. Got some parts of the suspension, so some of these have been sort of ready made, so that will obviously lower the parts count down. Got part of the engine here, I think that's part of the gearbox. I think that's the radiator, steering wheel, pedals. Interestingly, there's 4 pedals. Got the brakes here, and also what's interesting is the seats. And it was in the Le Mans rules to have a 2-seater car, are actually one part there. You can see there are those sort of little ring details on there, and there's also a kind of switch in the middle. This bag we've actually got 2 blue sprues, so we'll take those apart. That goes over the engine at the back. V8. I'm not sure what all of these parts are, but yeah, quite a small sprue here. Again, this is for the rear of the car, which isn't moulded in, so you'll want to put that in before paint, presumably, and try to smooth over the edges. Got some sort of filters, sort of radiators maybe. Now that goes over the front, but also this is a kind of air intake vent that goes over the back as well. There is some nice sort of pinhead detail on there, which obviously if you had a photo etch set you could sand those off and replace them. Instead we've got the front half of the bodywork. So yeah, that is nicely moulded. It's kind of can't see many mould lines, which is nice. There's some around there maybe that I need to get rid of. It's kind of annoying that this front section here was moulded in because that all needed to be painted black. Fuel caps here, and I think the door handles are moulded in. Put that there, and here's the engine cover. So you can see there that part that needs to be added to the back. There's that, which will be the window, and there'll be a vent there. That's quite nicely moulded, and there's a little clip there that lets you put these together like so. So we've got the clear sprue here, quite nice, crisp and well moulded. Now because I've already looked in the instructions, I know that it's this section here which is for a different version of the car. So we'll just focus on these. The windscreen here, the side glass here. It's got raised screw detail, which is quite nice. These go on the headlights, that's for the firewall, the rear window. These go on the kind of fog lights at the front. So yeah, all very nice and crisp. There's also little pinholes to show you here where they need to be attached to the bodywork, which I think you can see, yep, just there. And also an interesting thing is that there is, you might not be able to see it, there's a tiny little circle here which shows you where the rear view mirror needs to be attached. Then we've got the chrome sprue, and it's interesting, I've noticed here it actually says 68LM, 69LM, so clearly Fujimi always intended these to be used in both kits. The rear wheels are slightly bigger. These will need to be orange in the middle, and then the kind of knockoff spokes go in the middle. And we've got the rubber. So the tyres, front narrower than the rear, nice tread on there, no markings, but it does come with decals, a little bit of a mould seam but not too bad. 2 sets of polycaps. Now I looked in the instructions and I think the rear wheels need 2 polycaps on each wheel, so that's probably why. Metal axle, only 1, so yeah, we'll find out where that goes. Okay, then we've got the decals. Now this might be somewhere where getting the Revell version is a benefit, because you would get cartograph decals with that.
The Revell kit comes with updated decals with interior details such as seatbelts, window trims and sun strips, and also this grey rectangle which was behind the 9 of the 68 car.
Yeah, they're quite nicely printed, though I do find Fujimi decals need a little bit longer in the water. Got the white circles for the numbers. You've got number 9. Now for number 10 you'd have to use some of these 1s and some of these 0s, whereas the 11 is there already. Now the different decals are for the different liveries used by the 3 cars. The winning car used this kind of curved stripe here. Number 10 used just a standard stripe, so you've got enough stripes to go through the whole body. And number 11 used this kind of V shape here. So that's why you've got all of those. What is a bit weird though is that they want you to paint around here. So this bit of the car on the front needs to be painted. There's no decal for that, but then it goes straight into a decal. So you need to get exactly the right orange, or it's going to look weird, or you just mask and paint all of it to start with. So I'm going to have a look at what paint I've got to see what's the best option there. As well as that, you've also got the annoying reverse tyre decals. Now what's really weird is that this car used Firestone. We've got the Firestone decals there, and on this side we've got Goodyear. Right. But I guess it does mean that you come away with some leftover Goodyear decals.
The Revell kit features the correct gold Firestone decals.
I got some Bermuda Ford light blue paint from Halfords, which is an automotive store. Tamiya don't do a colour of this, so look forward to using this. I've used some Halfords paint before, and this looks to be a good match. So there we have it. I'll be building this for the American group build on International Scale Modeler, so you can also follow my progress on there. Follow my Instagram to see more as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Please do leave a comment down below. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
I'll finish by sharing the Revell instructions, which are superior to the Fujimi ones.